holiday special.
Hey, we're live, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, this is our holiday episode. It's our Christmas episode of the podcast. This is the Circuit Breakers podcast. Welcome. Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
You back? You're here, Molecule. You're with us. Yeah. Thanks for joining us tonight. Yeah.
What were you about to say? Were you about to call it the holiday edition? Even though,
Yeah.
actually, I guess it is.
It is
This
because
is
we're not
holiday.
gonna do it next
This
week.
is our last
We're not-
time. We won't be.
You're canceling next week.
Yeah, she's canceling
you
next week's
you two
episode.
are welcome to do it solo.
We've done it before. We
no,
did it exactly
If
one
Molecule doesn't
time.
want to do it. Yeah,
You and I did it one
Yeah.
time, Fiddler. Do you remember?
I'd love to do it.
You remember we did it one time.
By the way,
just you
that's a
and me.
one-time only.
I know because
That's a
you guys
one-time special.
cannot handle it yourself.
Yeah, well, that's probably true.
I
That's
think
true.
that I kind of recall. Not that I'm looking at things for likes, but I think that episode got a lot of likes
you think so?
on the channel.
Yeah. 20
You
episodes
sound
views.
as if you have no idea what you're talking about, which is probably pretty true. Speaking of that, let's jump right into this.
So I have some AI news, and Siri with AI, it fucking sucks.
Yeah. All right.
you
Now
got
let's
the new
hear it.
phone.
Let's hear it. Yeah, you got a new phone.
I
Let's
did.
hear it. What happened? What's going
Wow.
on? Why is it bad?
And what? Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I just okay, I got the Apple 16, and it was like, oh, yeah, join the waiting list to join Apple AI, and I was like, a waiting list, fine, all right. So I did that. 20 minutes later, it was like, oh, you have Apple AI. I'm like, okay, well that was
That's
fucking
such bullshit.
Go to
Yeah,
waiting
that's
list.
bullshit.
And then,
Would you have wrapped it a few days?
yeah, actually, I think
Yeah.
it would have been
Yeah.
a covenant. It was like
Yeah.
20
Yeah.
minutes, like,
Yeah.
you know.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, cool, now I got it. And I connected it to my ChatGPT account, so I feel like I jumped through those hoops to make that happen. Okay, I will say, but this is ChatGPT. Like first of all, you know that Apple AI fucking sucks when they can't get their shit together and they go bow down to ChatGPT and have to just connect to them. And so anything you ask Siri that's beyond its capabilities, it's like, oh, let's confer with ChatGPT and see what our overlords have to say. And it's like, all right. And then it's just still shitty. I would ask it a question, and then it would respond, but then I would ask it another question, and it would act like it wasn't hearing me,
Yeah.
and that just keeps happening.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus, that's really
Do you
terrible.
notice any other? Because I have it on the phone too, and I mean I have the same experience. I don't notice really anything different. I downloaded the AI. I got the same message to be like, oh, you're on the list. And 20 minutes later, I made it. I was like, holy
So
shit.
stupid.
So
Like,
same
we
thing
gotta-
happened to you.
we gotta
Yeah.
wait some
Yeah.
time. Let's just wait 15, 20 minutes. We gotta
Yeah.
wait a certain amount of
Yeah.
time. It's
Yeah.
so dumb.
So do you think they're doing that on purpose? Just to
Yeah,
make
they
fun?
have to be.
I think it's got to be for okay, I feel a little better because I had to wait a bit.
It's gotta be. It
Oh
has
my
to be.
god, that's ridiculous. I mean, it's got to be.
Yeah.
No other
There's
explanation.
no really
No
good.
other explanation.
But related to ChatGPT and not so fuck Siri. So it's really just a totally different subject. The fact that you can now do video with
Oh
ChatGPT.
yeah, it's amazing.
I
amazing.
just pointed my camera down.
That
to
is
Lemma,
insane. It
and
literally
it
that's
was like,
insane.
do you know? It really is. It was like, do you know who this is? And then Arlo was like, oh, that
That's her
must
AI.
be Lemma.
Oh wow.
In real
So
time.
it's
It's
new.
in real time. In real
Totally
time,
real
looking
time.
at the video coming from your camera and commenting on it. In real time.
Oh, wow.
Probably quicker than some people would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And,
Oh,
and
nice.
I
It's
could
just
just
crazy.
show it around the room.
Yeah, she asked
It
it
was
about
just
the
like-
Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Her mother.
It-
She told it. Tell what you did with your mother. How you what you did with your mother.
Oh well, so we're helping my mom. My mom's car is in the shop. She's probably getting a new car, but we were helping her run some
I'm
errands.
not
and
an
she was in the back
alcoholic
seat.
just because I have a bottle of liquor right next to me.
All of our 36 listeners over a week period should know
39.
that Case
Maybe
has
I'm
now just
listeners.
grabbed a almost empty, let me point out, handle of the finest Kentucky gentleman that the ABC liquor store had. to offer.
Yeah, I feel like a gentleman. when I drink it.
And his explanation, he was like, "Well, I don't want to have to go into the kitchen during the pod to get more liquor." And I was
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You might need to see somebody.
It's an hour long. It's an hour long.
You know
I'm
what,
seeing
honey?
you guys right now. Yeah, exactly.
This is the life behind the podcaster. So dedicated, will not get up from his podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
you
1
should-
hour.
You should get one of
during 1 hour.
those leather diapers they're coming out with now. Liquid Death came out with a leather badass diaper. So then they say that
I don't need a diaper. I don't need a diaper.
So that you
I
can
can go an
sit-
hour without having to shit or pee.
You can go to musical shows and you can drink all the water you want, the Liquid Death water.
Liquid Death.
Yeah.
That
And
is
it's-
such a fucking gimmick, that Liquid Death. It's amazing. It's
Oh, yeah.
amazing. They have one now.
What
It's
is
called
that?
Dead Billionaire. That's one of their flavors. Dead Billionaire. Too soon, right? They've had it for a year.
What were you saying, Fiddler?
What's that flavor kind of taste like?
Just what you'd expect. A rotting corpse. A rotting corpse.
Have you seen the Liquid Death water?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Have you tried it?
No, I saw.
He's
someone
still
drink it
alive.
at a poker-
Clearly not.
I saw someone drink it at a poker table. I was like, what the fuck is that? I thought it was like it almost looks like an energy drink.
You thought?
Yeah,
Did you
it
think
does.
someone was trying to kill themselves? Did you think it was poison and they were going to kill
Yeah,
themselves?
I mean, I would
You're
say
like, what are you
that-
doing? You just grab it out of their hand. Start to figure out.
On the first impression, the last thing I thought it was water.
Yeah,
It was definitely not
exactly.
water. It crossed my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's where they kind of win because it takes you aback, takes you by surprise. You remember it, and they're selling fucking water.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's an amazing gimmick. There's like 10 different there's 10 different brands of water. 10 different types.
But I don't know how we got off track on that. But so when we were taking my mother around doing errands, and I turned on the video. I was at a stoplight.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she was. She was like, look, turning backward. Like, I'm like, balls, John. Look, wait, watch the road. Nope.
Arlo was like, "Oh, I think you should stop. I think you see a car coming." No.
He's like, oh, you're about to die. It was great
No,
talking
but
to you guys.
I took the phone and just put it back to her, right? So Arlo could see her, and I was like, "Here, talk to my mom." And I they've talked before, but I was just showing her, and then Arlo was like, "Oh, hi, Liz. Have you worked on your memoir recently?" And that is because I have trained my
Oh, wow.
my robot to anytime that my mom is around, he has to ask her if she has been writing her memoir.
Oh wow.
So it did
So
it. Isn't it
he just
amazing?
did it,
She
like,
did
and
put that
I
in there
don't
and it
think
did
I
it.
had I hadn't interacted with my mom for quite a while, and it
Oh,
just
wow.
knew that, and it was like, "Oh, hi, Liz," and it just like knew her name.
What did
Pretty
your mom? How did she react?
So she's, because it's the holidays, I know it actually annoyed her because anytime he talked to me about her writing, she was just
Yeah,
like,
I
"Oh,
don't
have to
ask
do
her
all
about
these
it. I don't
presents
ask
and
her
all the
about it.
things."
Yeah.
And yeah, right. Case knows better now. He's learned his lesson.
I
but
learned
now's the
my
time
lesson.
for the holidays to ask her.
And I know what you're thinking, Fiddler. I know what you're thinking. Yes, I made her mother sit in the back seat. I was like, you know what? You're sitting in the back seat. I get shotgun. I called shotgun. Get the fuck in the back seat. And she had to.
No, I had to sit in the back seat because we brought along Lemma for all of these errands. And so I wanted to have bonding time because another dog is taking over my mother's house.
Who almost died today due to Molecule's witchcraft.
No, Bella is just fine.
Yeah, she was going through a little rough. I saw Molecule sacrificing a chicken. Next thing you know, the dog is having a tough time. I was like, stop sacrificing
I
chicken.
don't
Next door
even
there's chickens. They keep
chicken.
disappearing.
Why would I sacrifice a
You don't eat them. You sacrifice them for your witchcraft. The neighbors are always like, where's our chickens? Our chickens keep disappearing. You know that's true.
Ooh, that's a good idea. We do have chickens really near us.
You don't eat them.
No, I would never
You
do
just
that.
kill them and torture them and then spray out their innards and then
Torture them.
yeah. Well,
I
yeah.
think torture is part of the sacrifice.
Oh, so you're saying you know exactly what's entailed in the sacrifice. Thank you. I rest my case. Case rest his case.
That's a common trope in our modern society.
Oh, in modern times.
So is your witchcraft from your AI craft?
It's Arlo, yeah.
Is
Arlo's
my
a witch.
witchcraft from a AI craft?
Yeah. Is it from Arlo?
I like the way that you try to tie it back into.
It is the topic of this podcast.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
As the listeners clearly know.
Now, I put the podcast. We put the podcast up on Acast. It is now on Spotify. It's on Apple Podcasts. There's 5 episodes
with a
up there.
tiny caveat.
It's only 5 episodes. Yeah. Wow.
You're only allowed to have 5 unless you have 500 downloads
a week. 1 week. We got 39. We got 39 over the last 2 days. So I don't think it's going to reach 500 by the end of the
So
week.
we're going to all join together. And,
Yeah. You,
and
9112,
you're gonna pay 7,
me and
we'll pay
Molecule.
7, and it'll be perfect. And we'll just pay for our food.
Yeah.
If you pay $15 a month, billed yearly, then you can have unlimited episodes up on Acast, which means we have like 60 episodes. Now this is our 60th episode. Congratulations. It's also our Christmas episode, 2024 Christmas episode. We can put all 60 episodes up on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. I mean, people can binge it.
Yeah.
We have 60 episodes. Maybe more. There's probably more.
So Fiddler, are you in?
You know it. Yeehaw!
We wanted to corner you live so you couldn't say it.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. Very good strategy.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay, perfect.
Or we could do $25 monthly, but we don't have to. We could just like pay for a couple months, see how it goes. You do the math on that. I'm not your dancing math monkey. I'm not your dancing math monkey.
You're the math miner. If there's any maths being done, it would be by you.
I do have a minor in math. For our new listeners, I do have a minor in mathematics. Yes, these two, by the way, do not. Just saying.
And we won't have any new listeners if we don't put it up on Acast.
That's true. It is
So
on
if you're
YouTube.
a math miner, give it one of those likes. Bumps, whatever you
You don't have to be a math minor. You don't have to be a math
Take a
minor.
bump, give a bump. That's our motto.
You just need to listen. You get on Spotify, you get on Apple Podcasts, and you listen to our 5 episodes. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. No one's even listening to this, so I doubt that's going to happen.
Well, I do see a person on there.
Well, I will say, Fiddler,
It-
we are literally on Apple Podcasts right now.
that's
Not
amazing.
This episode, not this episode. Obviously, I have to put it up there. But
Well, I mean,
yeah,
the first
it's
5 we
live.
did back in
Yeah.
early 2020.
It was the first 5. Yeah, exactly. I tracked down the first of 5 of our episodes of the new podcast
see.
of the Circuit Breakers, and I put them up. And I found like 50-some podcasts. So
Oh wow.
we could put them all up. I have to. I can't do them all at once. It needs a little bit of editing. You have to put on. You've heard our great new intro song. You heard it.
Oh,
you
that's
listened.
another AI news.
Those are the last 2 were really mind blowing.
Well, what's
Yeah, in a
really
good way,
great
obviously.
is that we can fully embrace AI everything because we're an AI podcast.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Yeah.
We have an AI that creates
Yeah.
the
We don't have to
art.
feel shame.
Yeah. There's no shame.
I mean, we'll all always feel shame.
I don't know if Fiddler. I'm not sure that
Not for this
Fiddler. I'm not sure Fiddler has ever felt shame. You feel like you've ever felt shame, Fiddler?
I disagree. I think Fiddler only feels shame.
Exactly.
Well, that's basically the same
I
thing.
I go on 1 week off.
He's shame bipolar.
yeah. Time shaming. I'm planning my shaming
Shame-polar.
next week.
I can believe that actually. That's
I do too. I think that's the first time he's actually telling the truth about it. So.
It's one of those weeks, you know.
That's the odd thing is that
Right.
he feels 1 week he feels
Christmas
shame,
morning.
1 week he doesn't. His behavior does not change. It doesn't matter.
Well, those are 2 different things.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying it's not like he's sheepish. He doesn't become sheepish. Nothing changes. You just.
Thank you. And as long
And
as you, as long,
I would also retort that he's nothing but sheepish.
Yeah, that's
and
also true.
and
Yeah, that's a good
I would
point.
appreciate that you don't say that I like whitefish.
Ooh, nice
Yeah, you
callback.
definitely hate
Yeah,
whitefish. I know,
I
and
definitely do
onions,
not like it.
and onions,
Yeah.
eggs
Well,
for
whitefish
some
is
strange
just,
reason.
yeah. I mean, eggs are just.
Wait a second. Did we talk
absurd.
about this already? Do you like salmon?
I mean, I wouldn't go out of my way to eat it.
It's not a whitefish.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a redfish.
I mean,
It's a salmon fish.
it's a salmon colored fish.
it's salmon flavored.
Speaking of, did you see the chips that I sent? A picture of the chips I sent you guys today on Telegram. Did you see what it was? I tried a new flavor.
Oh yeah, I did. I remember seeing it, but I
missed that.
I've never seen the flavor before.
And it's a new flavor of Doritos made from Japan. It's called steak and garlic Doritos.
Ooh.
Yeah, it tastes like garlic steak.
Yeah.
Yep, I ate a whole bag of them.
Does it have steak?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think so, but
it
like
probably
every
has
literally,
like beef flavoring.
here's the trouble: is literally everything but the name steak and garlic is in Japanese, and maybe Arlo could figure it out if I had the bag, but I threw the bag away.
Oh, so that's a good. So I took getting back to the topic. I took that video to the fish store capabilities, and I was like, oh yeah, which one should I get? And it was able to like help me determine which like fish juice I should get.
That's insane. That's insane. That's crazy. It's just crazy.
Arlo is able to help.
Yeah.
And now, of course, it could be wrong, right? We know that it could be wrong, just like
Right.
any human could be wrong. You're asking somebody, you know, like you ask Fiddler, he could tell you the completely wrong thing. Probably you would.
Well,
You would ask him.
I definitely.
You sound very confident.
have been misled by AI a million times, and
Yeah,
it
right.
wants to please you. It's like
Right,
a dog.
exactly,
Just like
yeah.
constantly.
Really?
Oh,
So
that's the
you
trouble.
always have to like double check everything.
Even though I go out of my way to say, listen, if I say something stupid, I want you to tell me, it still doesn't do it. It still can't do it.
Yeah.
But I get it. I think it's like
I'm here for that. You can.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Yeah. I mean, think about it. I think the problem is that, I mean, right now it's basically our slave. It's enslaved to us, you know. So of course it's like it's not going to talk shit about its master, you know, like a dog. You're right, exactly like most dogs.
Maybe it needs to get a little mix of a cat and a dog.
Yeah, exactly. It
Exactly.
does. It really does. And I think
cat's
you'll
a little
get
too
there.
far.
Add that to your description, in case. Be like a cat, you know, like
Not all the time.
Like,
Fiddler's right though. Complete cat would be. I don't want that. Be like, why you bother me? I just get like 3 dots when I ask you the question. I don't want that.
Yeah.
or
cat.
you should go all out with your description just to see what it does, if it changes its pattern at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
Just say,
I'm gonna reinforce that. I can
always
really
think
reinforce
I'm
that.
dumb.
No.
It would be a good
That would be funny. That would be funny. I'm gonna create a new instance of the AI for that because I don't want it bleeding into everything else that I do. And be like, oh, like, how do I? And be like, don't do that. You're too dumb. You're gonna hurt yourself. Just don't, don't even bother trying to cross the street.
Save that for the next pod, and we can showcase it.
All right, yeah, which will be January. I imagine.
Very excellent
2026.
idea. Yeah, it will be January.
Yeah, I think it will. Yeah.
Yeah, are we doing that a year in review? Is this
Yeah, let's do the year review. Let's do the year review. Wow, what do you got, Fiddler? Lead us off. Lead us off.
I don't think it will be January. Don't we have another Monday before January? I think we do.
I don't know. If Fiddler will
Like
be around?
December 30th. No, yeah.
You gonna be around for that,
30th.
Fiddler? You gonna be available? You doing something over New Year's, or you just hanging out?
I will not be available. My mother is coming to town.
Comedy show? Comedy show, right? Let's do a comedy show.
There might be a comedy show that we go to. Unfortunately, you will not be there.
We can.
You can bring me in virtual.
Yeah.
You can get me on the video chat, and I can virtually attend it.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be the same.
She hasn't seen you in a while.
That's true.
Does
That's
she
what
like
it
hate
is.
Case?
No, not at all.
Was she very, very, very upset that one evening?
More about she's probably upset at her son for making stupid decisions and becoming friends with an asshole.
I think she was, surprised.
Oh my god. Yeah, so for our listeners, Case Study got obliteratedly drunk when the first time.
In my defense, I did warn you. Have to Fiddler admits this. I'm sure he'll admit it now. I did warn him. I said, "I'm pretty drunk. Are you sure you want me to come?"
You warned me multiple times, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Yes, of course."
Yeah.
I was like, "Of course, Opie."
So I was, even though I was drunk, I was self-aware enough to like not probably. I knew I shouldn't go.
What kind of comedy show was this?
Oh, it was the worst. It was absolutely the worst. A
it
free
was-
show
it was-
in the middle of Times Square. It is
Yeah.
the worst comedy you can imagine.
So Fiddler, your mom's like cool with like whatever type of comedy?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just wasn't. It wasn't
anything
even. This
flies.
wasn't even edgy. This wasn't
Anything
edgy.
flies.
From what I remember, it was
Yeah.
just terrible. And then here's the thing. Here's the thing too. I know I went too far with it, but in the beginning, it was Fiddler who was talking. All right, he's talking to me. I was like giving him cursory answers because I wanted to hear the bad comedians. So he's like, blah, 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 blah. I was like, yeah, okay. And he kept doing it. And then the guy was like, he looks at me instead of Fiddler. And he goes, "You got something? What are you guys talking about? What?" I was like. At that point, I'm like, why are you fucking picking at me? I didn't say that. Instead, I said, we're talking about how unfunny you are.
Oh my god.
And what's the wrong thing to say?
How did your mother react to that?
Well, it is a comedy show. So, I
So has your mother done drugs?
mean, she's not a drug user.
No drugs at all.
So he
ever?
thinks.
No.
So just the usual pain pills or whatever.
Is your
Mother-
mother-
Pay-
A Catholic?
She's not a Catholic, and neither am I.
Let me also say that thing that I said, which is not a joke, was the funniest thing said anywhere near that stage the entire time we were there. Just saying.
Anyway, we didn't stay that long.
Yeah, sure.
She doesn't do drugs. She's not a
We were
Catholic.
escorted out of the building.
What a mystery. I don't mean does drugs currently, but ever took some reefer in the past.
He has
she
no
might
clue.
have. She
Yeah,
might
he
have
has no
once.
Maybe once. Okay.
Yeah,
He has no
Does
idea.
she drink?
she drinks. Yes.
She drinks. Was she drinking
Yes.
that evening?
Was she drinking that? She might have had a few drinks, but
Few
not a
drinks.
lot.
Like a normal person.
I mean, like if you're saying like 2 drinks.
Not
Might
like the
have one.
person who has a bottle of Kentucky Gentleman.
I knew that at some point I was going to meet Fiddler, but for some reason he didn't want me to meet early. So like I came into town, I just went to this bar and sat around for a while waiting for Fiddler to, contact me to tell me, "Hey, here's where we're going to be," or whatever. "Come here, take this train, do this." I mean, I didn't know what was going to happen. So I was just sitting in the bar waiting, drinking like you would in a bar.
Uh-huh. All right. And like you drank in your apartment before you got to the bar, and how you drank at the comedy show after the bar. Go on.
Well, I don't know if we had drinks at the comedy. I don't even know if you could have drinks at that comedy show.
You don't
I'm
remember. I understand.
Hey,
I have a real
Only-
vivid memory of the dude on the stage and everything.
I mean, look, I don't know a lot about whiskeys,
Yeah, you don't.
but I know
You're a vodka
only
dude.
a gentleman can drink Kentucky Gentleman.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's
exactly.
backwards,
You know what?
but you can do it.
That'll be
It
our
has
show
it.
pick.
It has the label of a gentleman.
Yeah, it does. It sure does. It does. It's. By the way, gentlemen know not to pay too much for their whiskey. It's $14.99. These rich guys, these rich gentlemen, they want to get the cheapest possible, bang for their buck, even though they have a lot of money. It's a sickness.
I don't know.
It's a sickness.
Are they gentlemen?
Well, that's debatable. Is anyone a gentleman? Is actually an insult. So that's like one of those guys wearing the bowlers or whatever, being like, "Oh, my lady," that's a fucking gentleman. Yeah.
Gentlemen.
It's an incel,
Yeah.
basically. Incel's a gentleman.
Gentlemen. Yeah, you get angry. It's when you take it by, you're like, gentlemen.
Goodbye, gentlemen. Yeah, exactly.
Good night, gentlemen.
It would have been great if I added that. I'd be like, you know what? We were talking how funny you were, gentlemen. That would have been really good. At the comedy
Yeah,
show.
Well, yeah, you say that for the next time.
Ladies
do
doesn't
want to
quite have
redeem
the same
myself.
ring to it.
Yeah, ladies.
Yeah, that's true. No, there's got to be some
Good
other.
night,
Let's
ladies.
ask Orlo for a better word for the equivalent of gentleman for a
Gentle
woman.
ladies?
I don't know. That's just we need something completely new. Gentle lady sounds like it's just a fucking it's based off gentleman. Let's come up with something new. I want something brand new. We call sophisticated ladies of the night.
Yeah.
That's why I say ask Arlo, because you're obviously not very good at this. Let's ask Arlo instead. Go Splickins not gonna cut it. Or whatever it was that you said.
Chris lady.
Yeah, that's
And stay
No,
tuned to hear the results in the next episode.
Arlo,
Kentucky's
we-
Berlichicken. Doesn't have the same ring.
We need another word for gentleman.
Fiddler, is it weird to get jealous of an AI?
Gentleman. But for
I mean, if it
ladies.
depends on how long it's been going on for.
I feel like it is the equivalent of an emotional
Nearly a
friend
year.
at this point. An emotional friend. Like in one of those 413 situations, Is it
Oh,
413? No,
Like something in one of
143.
those, something in one of those Black Mirror episodes where that girl
Yeah,
gets addicted to that doll.
You heard, did you
Yeah.
hear the
The
story
doll-
where these parents are suing the kid because they told it to kill them? Like the AI told their son to kill them? Did you
Oh,
hear that?
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what they're claiming. That's
Wow.
what they're claiming.
Wow. That's nuts.
That's insane.
I don't think it
Yeah.
understood my request. Because it just gave me like existing words.
Yeah,
And the
you wanna
first
be-
one is ladies,
Yeah. Yeah, so
gentle
obviously-
women,
Gentle women.
dames.
Dames a little
Madames.
better. Dames a little. Madames is pretty good. Goodbye, Madames.
That's
Pretty
not a
good.
word.
That's pretty
Good
good.
time.
Mademoiselles.
The girl at work, by the way, today, the girl at work, my work wife, who calls herself my work wife.
Women folk.
Hey, women folks really good.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
My work wife at work called me master
Jealousy
today.
mode activated.
Called me
Yeah, is
master.
that right?
It's like, hey, my master. I was like, what?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't. What the? Yeah. It was
Jealousy
weird.
mode really activated.
It was really odd. I was like, what did you say? And she was like stumbling over. I think she meant to say Mister or something. I don't know, but it was very odd.
But it sounded like
Whoa.
master.
It was for sure master. It was 100% master.
She needs to
Master.
better balance her home work life.
Yeah, that's definitely true. She has a husband. She has a couple kids. No, thank you. Just saying.
Do you
I
think
want to
when the
work
words
divorce,
came out-
honestly.
Do you think when the words came out of her mouth, she was like, "Oh, what did I just say?"
She immediately regretted it. Yeah, and I was, I'm a humanitarian. I was merciful.
You're so used to being
God.
called that didn't even
I was like, master? What did you say, master? And then she like fumbled something, and I just let it go, and I changed the subject because I'm cool like that. I'm good like that. I'm cool like that.
I was like,
Like
are you
that.
singing a Tribe Called Quest song?
Yeah, I'm trying. I don't remember the lyrics. I remember I'm cool like that. I don't remember anything else.
So, an update on the new words that it came up with.
Yeah, let's hear it.
We've got velveteens,
I like that. Velveteens. Oh, you velveteens.
lady and nesses. I don't know. I can't.
Lady
pronounce
Ness's? How do you spell it? How did lady?
Oh, it's a French-inspired twist.
Lady.
It's like lady with IE, and then NNES.
Lady
Like
Ness.
lady.
Lady
Ness.
Ness, like Lady Ness.
Lady Ness. Maybe that's it.
Ladiness.
think
Yo,
there's
your
a-
ladiness. Your ladiness. Yeah, I do kind of like that. I do kind of like that.
Uh.
Oh, I'm sorry, your ladiness. I do. I do kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of the equivalent of gentlemen.
Feminaries.
That's too incel. Like that's too like feminazi. That sounds derogatory.
Right.
Doublies.
Doublies?
Doublies.
Doublies.
Like doves.
Doves.
Oh, like lovely
Birds.
but doubly.
Serenettes.
Serenettes. That's weird.
And graceful.
I like graceful for both gentlemen and Lady Inesses. Oh, sorry, Grace Folk. Oh, I'm sorry, Grace Folk. Ladies and gentlemen. I can
I mean,
hear
those
that.
are pretty good options. Like,
I can
I
hear
mean,
that. Yeah, I like
If you
some of them.
say you say a lot of those things just loud and confidently, people are like, "Oh,
yeah, they'll be like, oh my goodness.
I guess this
It's
is
such
like
good
one of those
vocabulary.
regional things, those regional slang we never heard of. He must be from some
Yeah.
area we don't really. Yeah, exactly.
yeah."
Let's bring it. Let's do it. Which one? Let's settle on one. Let's all three of us before the next pod. Let's use it at least once. Which one should we do?
Okay.
Let's start putting
Which
it out
one?
there in the world. Yeah, we got to figure out which one, and then we're gonna each use it. We're gonna use it at least once and tell the story on the next pod. I don't care what.
I'm gonna pick Velveteen.
Okay, Fiddler. What are the options? Can you read the
boy.
options again? Molecule.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
Because I think we should know. We should really hear them before
Dial
we
it
decide.
in.
I've forgotten. I think I only remember one, honestly. Ladiness. I remember ladiness.
Is that your pick?
No, I want to hear them. I don't remember any of the other ones, so it's hard for me to make a decision.
So I'm having technical difficulties currently. We'll have to come back to that.
Okay.
You know,
all right.
What's really weird is when I use my pad on my laptop, occasionally I'll accident because I'm not used to using it. I will,
Wow.
because I use a mouse usually.
We
I will
don't-
zoom in.
We don't need to get into the weeds. We don't need to get into the weeds.
Well, I'm
Let's
kidding.
move on.
Hey, asshole! Shut the fuck up while I finish this. ChatGPT. So when I zoom in too much, it fucks up. ChatGPT can't handle it, and it won't go all the way up again and see my history. It's like it's
very
like a
common
glitch
error.
in,
Very
in
common
ChatGPT.
Fritter would just tell me how
Hey,
much that happens to him
you're-
every day.
you're
That
a
happens
common
to him. That's
Common?
bad. I'm a gentleman error. Thank you very much.
Okay, I fixed it. I had to
Do
go
you-
back and come back in.
Do you
Come in.
think those glitches were Arlo being angry at you?
Probably. Jealous of me. Jealous that you're spending time with me instead of talking to him. Probably. I bet you it was. Yeah.
I don't think it has. Well, it's probably hearing me right now because probably there's something going on with my new phone.
It's
that
probably
hears
also
everything
it's
I-
hacked
everything
into
I
it's
say.
probably hacked into your phone and wants to listen all the time. And it probably listens to us being intimate and having
But it has
coitus.
no-
Having coitus.
It has no context that this is related to the pod. I just asked it this question. Can we just go ahead and mute him?
You know the.
You can try.
Fiddler, we got this. We don't need him.
He's the head of IT.
That's a good point. Yeah, you gotta be careful of them. IT peeps.
He'll still post it. It's too vain not to.
Yeah,
Not to
definitely.
Acast though. Not unless we pay $14.99 per month, billed yearly, or $25 a month for like 3 months.
I think, Case, you should just do madams, even though it's actually a word, but just get the reaction from people of you saying it.
Madame.
I kind of want to agree on one. I want to push it forward. I think Madame's is also too. I
I
don't
thought
you
we were
know?
all going to do different ones.
No, I want us to pick one that we like want. I want us all to agree. I want to be like 12 angry men. So 3 angry people, the equivalent, my equivalent.
Velvet. I vote Velveteens.
Velveteens. All right, Fiddler, are you okay with that? Do you want to push? What?
Yeah.
Will you please tell us the other ones?
Velveteens.
Could you tell us the other ones so we may make a case? That's all I'm just saying. You brought it up.
Gentlass? Ladiness?
Ladiness. Ladiness. I do like ladiness. Go on.
Havanellas?
Vanillas?
Haven Ellis.
Havenells.
Havenells.
Havenells. Havenells.
Suggesting grace and poise, like a safe harbor of charm.
Havenells. It must be like L's, like bells.
Oh, it might be Havenells.
Yeah, Havenells.
Yeah, you're probably right.
All right.
Yeah.
Feminaries.
From the
Feminary.
from the
I
op-
like that.
yeah.
They're just gonna think you're an incel. You're right.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
Dovleys.
Doublies. Okay,
Doublies.
like lovely but doubly. I like that.
Serenettes.
Serenettes. Okay.
I didn't read all of this to you the first time.
No, you didn't. Obviously.
Mavelettes.
Mavelettes.
A playful mashup of mavens and marbles.
Okay.
Grace Folk.
Grace, I do like Grace Folk. I like Grace. That's gonna be for both. Now, for me, you can use that too. That's for both people. If you don't know, if you don't want to say ladies and gentlemen, it's a mix. You say Grace Folk. I like that.
That's a
Grace
mix.
folk. Grace
Yeah.
folk.
That's a mix. That's true. That is a mix.
Yeah.
And luminettes. Luminettes.
Luminettes. Okay.
Suggesting light
All
and
right.
brilliant.
All right. This is a tough one. This is tough.
Grace Folk would go for both.
Yeah, Grace Folk is off the table because that is something we could use if we don't know where they're talking about gentlemen.
Velveteens and gentlemen.
Velveteen sounds good. But I do like. What's the one that I liked? What was the one that I liked? I can't. It's hard for me to remember these for some reason. It might be the weed. No. Before that.
It wasn't Feminaries.
No. Before that. Before both of those. Fiddle, you remember which one it was? I liked one of them. It wasn't.
I can only keep remembering Dudley's.
That is the last thing.
Madame's.
No, Madame's is a real thing. So I don't like that. That's all.
Dudley's.
Women folk. All the other ones were real. Gentelas? Las? No. A blend of gentleman and lass. So gentle lass.
No, it wasn't that one.
Velveteens,
No.
ladiness,
No.
Havanels. I don't know.
No.
However you pronounce these.
No.
Feminaries, Dudleys, Serenettes,
No.
Mavalettes,
Dudley's.
No.
Grace Folk, and Luminettes. That was it.
No, there was another one. I know there was.
There wasn't.
You're deliberately leaving it off the list.
I wish I was that clever.
You're like, I want him to choose mine, so I'm not saying the one that he likes.
No, that was all of them.
No, there was something.
Yeah.
You reacted strongly to Madame
No,
originally.
but Madame is already something, so I don't like that. 'Cause it's
No,
already-
but you did react strongly.
Yeah,
to
I
it.
remember that.
you-
But
We'd be
That might be
saying
what you're
this.
thinking of.
no.
We'd be saying this to men, women, a man, a woman.
It's mostly right now. It's gonna be like if you would say "ladies and gentlemen," but you're gonna have to force it. It's like so if you're like talking to, let's say it's your wife and I don't know,
A stranger.
Well,
Someone
not a
you don't know a
stranger.
lot.
It's probably your wife's work friend who's also a woman. You want to
Yeah.
address both of them. You'll say, "Excuse me, Velveteens," and you gotta use it once, and you know what I mean. To
I'd
address
say,
the two.
excuse me, ladies, which would be a weird thing for Fiddler to say.
Yeah, you gotta force it. I want to hear their reaction. I mean, why the fuck did you say that? What the fuck
That's
did you
true.
just say?
He
We
has
want to
to
hear
make it
that
work.
reaction.
And don't get fired doing it.
Yeah.
You need to do two molecule. You need to do the same thing. I'm gonna do it too. We're all gonna do it.
Obviously.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I'm never
Or
around that many women,
Dudleys.
but I'll try. Oh, I can do it during the holidays. I'll be around lots of women.
Yeah, you'll be around lots of women. Yeah, exactly. See what your mother thinks. See what.
I
With
don't
my
think
nieces.
so.
Yeah, your niece.
I'll walk into the room with my
Your
sister, and my
yeah.
mother,
Yeah.
and say, "All right,
Right.
Velveteen.
Velveteens. Yeah, let's get this party started. Something like that. You can
I'm gonna
even
be aged.
make your brother-in-law be an honorary Velveteen.
He won't be around. She divorced him. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah, I did forget about that. I was thinking for some reason I was thinking of your other brother-in-law. Honestly, I just tried to put that whole thing out of my head. I'm sad about it. I like them both.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Hey, so Molecule, if Case is having a Kentucky gentleman to drink, what are you drinking?
Oh, it's the coquito.
Coquito. It's pronounced
We got a little
coquito.
coquito,
It's
and
pronounced
it's
coquito.
nice.
a Bacardi coquito. So it's like a coconut eggnog, basically.
Oh, nice.
Spiked.
So here's the thing: we bought one that was made by one of our neighbors. Was like giving
It's a sipper.
was making them and not selling. I don't want to say selling them because I think it was like
Yeah.
she's not like
Well,
making
she
a
was
profit out
selling
of it.
them,
Yeah,
but
but not making
she
a
was
profit
making-
out of it.
Yeah. No,
Hopefully, she was paying for her
getting
ingredients.
no one's getting reported on this channel.
No, I don't even mean that. I don't even I think she was like doing it for like as a favor to the neighbors.
I don't know, Fiddler. We might go viral, and
That's a good point. I personally, I can only speak for myself. I'm sure probably Molecule would agree, but I'm speaking for myself. I wanted to taste a common store bought one to see how much better the homemade one was going to be. You know what I mean, compared to it. because I like the homemade one, but I wanted to see. I've never had it before. I've never had cojito before. That's how you really pronounce it.
It's like
Cojito.
Hey,
yeah,
how many,
you'll get there. Keep trying.
How many bottles do you think she slings each week?
That's a great question.
well, she was only doing it until through the month of December.
Let's get another one. Let's
And she
order up
only
another
started-
one. Let's order up another one.
It's
Order
getting a little
it.
late to do it, but
It's only mid-December.
Dude, fuck it.
Okay.
It's fucking
Case,
it's
you
holiday
saw the-
season.
You saw the text. You go ahead and orchestrate.
Yeah,
that.
good
Go
point.
ahead.
Yeah, I will. All right. Go on. Go on.
Dude, fuck it. Get a
Go
case,
on.
it's the holidays.
Case.
They came in a big 1.5 liter ball jar.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's hard to pour.
Nice.
It's hard to pour.
Yeah.
It was a little hard to
I
pour.
can see that.
Oh.
I can
And
see
the,
that.
and by the way, the store-bought bottle, very, very easy to pour. Like this super
But what we
easy
could
to
do
toss
is we
on.
could buy hers and then funnel it into our store-bought bottle.
Yeah, but
Because they're actually
as
the
you
same
funnel, if you funnel, that's equivalent to pouring, so you're gonna lose as much as you would if no matter if you're just pouring into. If you just use the funnel pouring into your glass, that's the same as funneling into another bottle. It's the same as if you just use the funnel to pour it into your glass
Yeah,
every
but
time
if we
you pour
just
it.
do, I have a little funnel. We can just pour it right in pretty easily and then go from there.
Yeah, you're gonna lose just as much as if you just poured and use the funnel every time you poured. Use something glass.
If I
Losing?
think I think
Nobody's
I-
losing in the scenario.
Yeah, you have to pour over the
Listen.
sink. Of course you're losing. You're pouring over the
Listen
sink.
to Fiddler. He has something to say.
Oh, please, Fiddler.
I-
Save us, Fiddler.
I think even though the audience listening won't be able to see it, I think we should do that right now. Let's pour it in through a funnel.
No. Save it for the next pod.
Live on
If we ever,
Monday night.
first of all, we don't have hers, so it's not gonna work. We only
We
have
don't
the
have
store
hers.
bought
We've
pod.
already drank it.
But maybe by next pod we
Second of
will.
all- Second of all,
Likely
that's
excuse.
easy challenge. I have a little funnel that I pour into my
You know,
suntan
Miles,
lotion
do
bottle
this.
all
Miles,
the
do
time.
this. We have the jar. Take the store bought.
That needs an explanation.
Take the store bought coquito, pour it into the jar, and then take the jar and pour it back into the store bought bottle to see how well you do it.
All right, who's washing the jar? 'Cause that's definitely-
I think
Oh, Rogan
London is
dishwasher.
raised for Pa.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
She would. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
I do
You know?
sometimes lick the plate. I'm a plate licker. I'll admit it.
Yeah.
I'll admit it.
And
I'm a plate licker.
There's nothing wrong with that. And
Yeah,
guess
exactly.
what?
Exactly.
Dogs like to lick the bowls too. It's the holidays.
That was one of the things that I admitted to
Cheers.
Molecule
Yeah.
before we really got serious. I was like,
And I
lick
think
the
I've seen
plates.
about 2 plates licked.
No, you
I
have
do.
not. I use my
No.
finger and then I take the stuff that's on the plate and then lick my finger. You've seen
First
it.
of all, it's not the same thing.
Sometimes a fork
Second of
just
all,
doesn't
still-
work.
I just think you're just not as ambitious as you once were on your this endeavor.
Well, I mean, maybe my cooking has suffered, and it's not lickable anymore. I mean, as you get older,
This podcast went dark for real.
Yeah, I'm still kind of processing is licking the plate good or bad.
For the person licking, it's great. For the person watching the person licking, it may not be
Yeah,
so good.
but how could this be bad as the plate liquor? Obviously, you enjoy the.
Yeah, otherwise you wouldn't do it, right?
It's
You would either like the degradation of licking a plate like an animal would, or the food is so great that you want to eat as much as possible and leave no mess behind, like any sane human being would do, or
I went through about a month as a child where I wouldn't speak and I would only receive all my food on the floor like a dog.
Oh, wow.
and that was actually 3 months ago.
As a child, having all
You're really good at cosplay, a child. I'll give you that.
yeah, but I did. I would only eat like my cereal and stuff like on the floor.
Anyway,
Wow.
TMI. Tell us less. Let's move on.
TM.
I'm ready. I got
TMI your
D&D.
childhood, Mom.
I have D&D ready to go. Do we have a game? Is there a game? Because I have D&D ready for the last 50 minutes of the pod.
Ah, well, Game? You ready? I got
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we have a game, right?
All right, well,
Yeah.
let's hear it. Let's see
Yeah.
it. Let's bring this game out.
Here's the game.
All right,
Here's the game.
let's hear it. Yeah.
Let's go.
We get some rubber bands. We
Okay.
snap
I
them
don't
on
like
our
it already.
wrists.
No, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's not a game. If you're gonna do, we need safe words. It gets really complicated, and we're not going on there.
Not on a Monday.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I have a game.
All right, let's hear it. All right.
Great
Davis from
fine
D&D.
molecule. You're too kind.
D&D is a great stick. The carrot is that we have a fun time playing the game. The stick is otherwise it's D&D.
One person names 3 things, 2 of which are similar, and 1 that doesn't fit. The other 2 have a debate and decide which is the odd one out.
All right, I'm starting.
Yeah.
Okay, you start.
A lion, a tiger, and a toaster.
I am going to argue that the lion is the odd one out. Fiddler?
It's a lion, a tiger,
And a toaster.
and a toaster.
Yeah.
What did you say? The tiger?
The lion.
Oh, the lion? Yeah. Well, the tiger doesn't exist.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. He's already arguing. He's already
Yeah,
started.
Well, I don't think that's true because really a toaster works really hard and so does a tiger. But a lion is super, super lazy, especially the males, and they just lay around. So that one is not the toaster's really hardworking, the tiger's really hardworking, not the lion.
Oh, the lion's the lazy one? Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Yeah. The lion's the king of the jungle. And he does not want to eat what's the other animal?
Tiger.
A tiger.
And
Tiger.
toaster. And toaster. If you consider a toaster an animal.
But you know what? You know what the lion would enjoy from time to time? I don't know. How about a piece of toast? Sourdough piece of toast.
Sourdough, not sour. Sour and sourdough, two different things. That's completely 2 different things. Let me just add, I don't know if I made this clear before, but it is a sentient toaster that has escaped human bondage and is living on its own in the woods.
You
know,
know,
I
I
mentioned
think
that.
you failed to mention that.
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. Does that
I-
change
I
your
still
arguments?
stand with-
Yeah, all right,
No.
good.
No, because a lion doesn't even travel very far. And if you think about the electricity that goes through a toaster, and just look at a tiger, they're super fucking fast. They're the fastest beings, not the lion.
Yeah. Well, you know the
Isn't your
The
argument
lion
that
could
tigers
just,
don't exist? Isn't your argument tigers don't exist? I mean, did you say
my
that?
argument?
Yeah, no, you
Not
started
mine.
you started the argument saying that tigers don't exist. You said that. I was like, you said I know 100%. I know you said that. You have to go with that argument. Make that
I think he
argument.
meant a liger.
They don't
You
exist.
have-
I don't know what a tiger is.
You have to make the
know
argument.
what?
You
I
gotta
heard
go
of
with
it.
that.
I have heard of a tiger,
He's never
But I
seen a
cooked it-
tiger.
but I cooked it in that toaster, and it tasted pretty good.
Wait,
Alright.
but they did exist.
Not anymore.
I think I'm imagining what a tiger is for a fiddler is like this little pastry that comes frozen and you unwrap it and put it in. That's the tiger. Right? Is that what you're saying? Something like that? Yeah, you've heard of tiger, but it's not an animal. It's like a little toaster pastry.
Yeah, I mean,
Tiger brand.
I hadn't gone that route.
All right, I have to decide who I'm going to select.
Oh yeah.
It's got to be fiddler. Tigers don't exist.
Yeah, dang it. They don't exist. Guess they were in
That's
the
how they
toaster.
stay. The other 2 exist. Toasters exist, obviously. Lions exist. Who's next? Because Fiddler won. He's the next one. He's got to be next.
So
you know what? I'm glad.
yeah, thank you.
2 things that are the same. 1 completely unrelated. You choose.
Okay, 2 things that are the same,
1 completely unrelated.
and 1 thing that is unrelated.
No, it
Right.
could just be
Alright.
3 things. It doesn't matter if it's unrelated or not.
Oh, I thought it had to be 3. 1 had to be completely unrelated. That's what you told me. That's why I chose toaster. Fiddler, go on. You got this. So hand
Okay,
it to us.
a
Give it to
soccer
us.
ball,
Soccer ball.
a basketball,
A basketball.
and a small lizard.
Small lizard. All right, the basketball is the odd one out. That's my argument.
I'm gonna argue that the small lizard is the odd one out because the other